Okay, so now we've got these two roof shapes. Now we want to join them together, or in other words, get this wall to be tidied up a bit more. And at the same time, we'll look at how we can tidy this roof up to get rid of that nasty little part that's protecting. That's actually quite easy. So I might do that first. So I've got my roof selected, the main roof. I'm going to go to Edit Footprint. And then I'll go back to the roof floor plan. And all I need there is the ability to see the lower roof. We can't see it anymore because it's too low for this view. So all I wanted to show you there is that you can change the view settings even in sketch mode. So I'm in sketch mode to work on my roof. I want to change the view. So in properties, it's got the roof selected, but I can always go here to where it says roofs and change it to floor plan roof to get my view properties back. And that's really handy. So now I can go down to the view range. So annoying that these are getting cut off, but we can definitely find it. View range, click edit, and then I'm going to bring the bottom down. So I'm going to make that minus 500. So there, the bottom. It's just the offset, I'm making minus 500, and then the rule is that you have to make the view depth at least as low as the bottom. So I've just made it minus 500 as well. So they're both the same. That's it. Okay. And now I can see my roof, the lower one. And so then I'm simply going to draw a line from the end of that line, the end of the roof that I've made. Now I've got these reference planes which are helping me, so that's just a coincidence. So we've got these 500mm reference planes, but it's good. And then down the bottom, same thing. So this, again, where that line projects, I can draw a line across. So I'm basically drawing in some notches, and then I'm going to use trim to corner to join all of these again. So I suppose the important idea here is that I've got the slope still on this long edge, and I don't need to have the slope on these other edges. In fact, it would give me the wrong roof shape if I tried to put the slope on any of these other edges. Even though technically you might be thinking, well, it does slope from there. It'll pick up the slope from this main edge. And that's all I want. So I'm going to finish it. And let's have a look at now in 3D. Right, so you can see there, it hasn't changed the main shape of it, but it's taken those little notches out. And then what I'm going to try is using attach. So I'm going to select this wall and then go to attach top base and see if I can choose this main roof. It should let me pick it. Got a bit of a problem with the back, but I'll fix that afterwards. So I can pick the roof there, and yeah, it's worked. But I'll have a look. So, okay, so then the final thing is that these... No, I didn't need to trim it, I just attached it. So I selected that wall, and then went to attach top base, and then chose the roof. And that's worked. So the problem now is that we can still see a join between those two roof shapes. So I'm going to try this join tool, join geometry, and choose the two roofs, this one and this one. We should join them. Yep, there we are. Now it looks like one thing. Now you might have noticed that my line at the back of my walls is now off because of what I've done with the roof, so I'd go back and fix that. But before I do, I'm going to also try attaching here. This is just a lot of tidying up, so I just want to show you this one last thing. Before I can attach this wall, I need to make the join condition the same on both ends. So I didn't have to think about it with the other wall because the other wall doesn't join at the corner or doesn't need to join in the same way. But here you can see that this wall, it stops before our parapet, the one where we've added the parapet. And that's how I want it. On this side, it doesn't stop. It goes all the way to the end. So you can edit that. I'm going to go to my level 1 floor plan and just show you how using wall joins. So this is on the modify tab. Oh yeah, it is, yeah, but this is just for the top of the wall. So here on the modifier you'll find wall joins, and we'll go a lot better with this one later, but it's just good to know for now where you find it under modifier. And again, you've got the geometry panel where you have that join button, and next to it you'll find wall joins. And click there, and if you haven't used wall joins before, you need to just move your cursor near any corner, and it'll highlight that corner. So I'm just moving it to some other corner so you can see the square that comes up. So I've gone to the corner that I want to adjust. So I'll click. And then to see the new options, you've got these options up here. I'm going to go to next. And, well, it's actually quite hard for you to see, but that's giving me the right one. I'm going to change it to find display on the view control bar just so that you can see as I make the changes. So I'll go back to wall joins. I'll choose that wall join again. So there you can see that's the join I want. Now I'm going to click next so you can see that's how it was. So they had this wall coming down all the way to the end. I don't want that, so I'm going to click next, and that gives me the different join. So there are lots of options for your wall joins, but here you just need to choose next generally to get the next one. Back to 3D, and you can see now it joins differently. And so then, with the two ends brought in, I can simply attach by selecting this wall, attach top base, choose my roof, and that's done. Now I'm just going to check that my slope hasn't changed before I go and face my wall on it. Yep, that's right, so that's okay. So I'm going to go back now to my walls and just fix up those parapets, which I probably don't need to record because you can do this on your own, but in case you missed it, you can always just do that again. So I'll delete this line, draw a new line, open my new, oops, my new roof, not my wall. There we go. So back to 3D now, and it's done. We can even put fascias and gutters on afterwards. So you can see there you've got a nice fascia with a pretty average gutter, but it's a gutter. That's all automatic in Revit, so you can easily add those things afterwards. Easy thing for you to see now, just to show you very quickly. Under the roof option, you've got roof fascia. So I'll just save it in case it crashes. And again, roof fascia. And I'll just leave the default fascia. So I'm just going to pick these edges and it's going to put a fascia on. Because this roof's so steep, that fascia maybe isn't big enough for them, or for this roof. So, I don't know what to do there. Maybe you'll make this, let's say 100. Because it is only a part sticking out, so yeah, that's pretty good. And notice how it does keep it all lined up pretty well. So there you can see now my fascia covers that whole edge of the roof. And then with the gutter tool, so again roof gutter, then you can just pick the edge of the fascia and put your gutter on. That's optional, but it's a nice thing to have just to get the look of this building right. Here we are. Does seem pretty steep, but I think that's about right.